Hi, welcome to Real Learning Center. Today we are going to study about numbers, the ever fascinating numbers. Within numbers, we are considering these 5 subtopics. The subtopics are positive and negative numbers. So we all know what are positive numbers and what are negative numbers, but how do we quantify? How do we make sense of these negative numbers in the real world? And then the second subtopic, partition of numbers. Given a number, how do you cut it into 2 parts? For example, 7, 4 plus 3 or 2 plus 5. And how do we use this partition to our benefit while performing addition or multiplication? Third subtopic, factors and multiples. Given a number, what are the factors? And what are the multiples of that number? And how do we make use of the factors and multiples? And the ever fascinating topic of prime numbers. What are prime numbers? And how we can factorize any given number as a product of prime numbers, that is called prime factorization. So we are going to learn all this, and today's topic is positive and negative numbers. And within positive and negative numbers, we have got 4 subtopics. First is counting and numbers. What is the relation between counting and numbers? And then, as I told, what are positive numbers and negative numbers, and how do we quantify or make sense of negative numbers? And then how do we perform various operations like addition and subtraction on this both positive and negative numbers using number line, the concept of number line. This is what we are going to study today. Let's begin. Now this concept of counting. The concept of counting is there from millenniums. In fact, not just among humans, even among animals, the concept of counting exists. I would like to give a couple of examples for that. They had performed experiments to test this concept of counting among animals. So they had kept in a forest a pre-recorded audio of lions roaring, and when a particular set of a group of lions, when they came there, based on how many distinct or different roaring sounds were audible or were heard, the lions decided whether to go forward or to retreat. And another famous example what we can give is of fish. When a stray fish or a fish which is away from its school wants to join a new school, it counts how many number of fish are there in a particular school, and it chooses to join the bigger school because security purpose. So in this way, we can see that counting is already there among animals, but using the numerals or the symbols to count, that is a speciality of human beings, especially the Hindu-Arabic numerals what we use, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., which is currently famous or used throughout the world. It was developed 1400 years ago, and the credit goes to Indian mathematicians Aryabhata and Brahmagupta for extensively using these numerals in their works. Now let us come to the topic of positive and negative numbers. The usage of positive and negative numbers, as you say, in India, within Indian subcontinent, started by Brahmagupta in 6th century AD. and he compared positive numbers or positive integers to fortunes. Fortune means what increases the value or the worth, and he compared negative numbers to debts. Again, debts means what decreases the value or a loss in that sense. And in the Western circles, though when they performed various operations and equations, they used to get negative numbers, but they were considering it as having no sense or absurd entities. But it was Gottfried Leibniz was the first mathematician to systematically employ negative numbers as part of mathematical system. Means he started giving value to negative numbers through his work known as calculus. Now we can in one sense make sense of positive numbers. For example, you have 5 apples, you know you have 5 apples, and you have 6 oranges, you know you have 6 oranges. But how do you make sense of negative numbers? Can we have minus 3 apples? It seems absurd. But how to make sense of negative numbers? Let's look at an analogy. Now we've considered the analogy of hot air balloon. You might have either traveled or heard or saw in TV. What is a hot air balloon? A hot air balloon usually is used, people use it to go up in the air, to fly. So there is physics behind it, which we are not going to worry about in math class, of course. The hot air balloon we are going to use as analogy, in that a puff of hot air if you give, the balloon is going to rise 1 unit. That's what our analogy says. And if you add a sandbag, the weight of the hot air balloon increases, hence it is going to come down by 1 unit. So in this analogy, what we consider the positive numbers, if you add puffs of hot air, it's equivalent to adding positive numbers, and if you add sandbags, it's equivalent to adding negative numbers. So let's start. Now in our analogy, we have stationed the hot air balloon approximately 10 meters above the ground, and now we will add 1 puff of hot air. So as I told, it's at 10 meters. Now add 1 puff of hot air. Now let us see what is the result. And as all of you know it, the hot air balloon is going to rise to 11 meters because hot air puff is equivalent to 1 positive integer. Now what is going to happen if you add 2 sandbags? Any guess? Yeah, when you add 2 sandbags to the hot air balloon, which is currently located at 11 meters. Now if you add 2 sandbags, now sandbags stands for negative numbers. What's going to happen? Yes, it's going to come down by 2 units. So it's equivalent to 9 meters. So now what happens if you remove 1 sandbag from the hot air balloon? Any guess? Yes, hot air balloon is going to rise up. Now remove this subtraction, and sandbag is a negative number. So since I am removing 1 sandbag, is going to come back to its original position of 10 meters. So we can safely say that 9 minus 1 is same as 9 plus 1. Sorry. So we might have heard in the previous classes that minus of minus is plus. Now how to make sense of it? This analogy gives us, in a real world scenario, how if you perform an operation of subtracting a negative number, you will end up increasing the value of the original number. Now, having made sense of what is a positive number and what is a negative number, let's go ahead to the concept of number line. The concept of number line got developed in 20th century. So in this, we have a straight line which is usually horizontal, and we locate a point and call it as 0, the value 0. Then fixed unit length, I am going to mark points on both the right side of 0 and left side of 0, and positive numbers lie towards the right side of 0. 1 unit from 0 is plus 1, and 1 unit from plus 1 is plus 2, 1 unit from plus 2 is plus 3, goes on. Similarly, 1 unit towards the left of 0 is minus 1, and 1 unit towards the left of minus 1 is minus 2, and in this way it goes on towards left side. And we all know that the numbers are infinite. Hence, we have used these two arrows to indicate that the number line grows in both directions. Having understood the concept of number line, let us use number line to perform various operations. And before we use it to perform addition and subtraction, let us have some important rules. See, these rules are very important in order to understand number line, in order to perform operations using number line. Now, rule 1, always start from 0. Always start from 0. And rule 2, plus sign. In other words, if you have say plus 2, plus sign indicates right side of 0. Go to the right side, and minus sign, if you have say minus 2, for example, minus sign indicates go towards the left side from wherever you are. Currently, I have started at 0. Now, if I have plus 2, then I move 2 units towards my right. Then, if I have minus 2, then I will move 2 units towards my left. Okay. Now, as an example, let us do the given traverse. Let us traverse on number line with these given values. Now, first rule number 1, let's apply. What is that? Always start from 0. Now, the next number is plus 5. So, plus means it is positive. In other words, go towards right side. Now, right side 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, the next value is plus 2. I have to go further. So, further 2 units, plus 5 plus 2. So, I end up in plus 7. Next is minus 3. Now, currently I am at plus 7. Minus indicates towards my left. So, from plus 7, move through 3 units towards my left. 1, 2, 3. So, I am currently at plus 4. Next number is plus 4. Now, from plus 4, you have to go 4 units. 1, 2, 3. Again, I have to move 1 more unit. Now, currently, I am at plus 8. Now, the final traversal from plus 8, minus 5. I have to move minus 5. In other words, minus indicates towards my left from 8. 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in the end, I am at plus 3. So we have successfully applied the three rules while traversing the given set of numbers. I hope you are very clear in applying these three rules. Let's go ahead. Now another important rule is addition rule. I mean, when you have been given two different numbers and if you are told to add them, then add means follow the direction of the number. Okay, follow the direction of the number. And then another rule, the final rule, subtraction rule. So when you say subtraction, when given a number, subtract another number, then reverse the direction of the second number. Whatever direction second number is supposed to take, reverse it. So that is subtraction. Now let us apply these rules in some of the examples. Yeah. Let's start with some of examples. First example, add 5 to 3. In other words, 3 plus 5. First, start from 0. First number is 3. So locate 3. Since I have mentioned 3, what do you mean by 3? 3 means plus 3. So plus 3 means you have to go towards your right. 1, 2, 3. And from here, what I am supposed to do? Add 5 to it. No. What is 5? Positive number. So direction of positive number is towards the right side. Since I am telling you to add means follow the direction. From 3, go 5 units towards your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer for my first example, 3 plus 5 equal to 8. Okay, done. Now the second example, add minus 2 to 5. First I have 5. Now 5 is a positive number, start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I located 5. Now add 5, minus 2 to 5. 5 plus minus 2. Minus 2. Minus indicates more towards the left. So currently I am at 5. Now plus means follow the direction, and the direction is towards my left. From 5, move 2 units left. So 5 plus minus 2 is equal to 3. Now we have completed our second example. Let's go to third example. In this third example, we have to add 4 to minus 3. Start with 4? No. Start with minus 3. Start with minus 3. Now minus 3 is located here, 3 units towards my left. Add 4 to it, and 4 is a positive number, so it grows in right direction. So now add 4 to it. Since add is used, follow the direction of 4. From minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now minus 3 plus 4 is equal to plus 1. So having learnt the concept of addition, adding positive and negative numbers, let's take some examples of subtraction also. Now the example, subtract 3 from 6. Now 6 is a positive number. Start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am at 6 now, and subtract 3 from 6. Again 3 is a positive number, but since I am using negative sign, that means subtraction, I have to reverse the direction of 3. 3 direction was right, but I have to reverse it, so it's left. Move 3 units towards your left from 6. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 3. Now a last example of subtraction. Subtract minus 4 from 3. Start with 3 from 0. 3 is positive number, so move 3 units towards your right. 1, 2, 3. I am at 3 plus 3. Now minus 4. Minus indicates left. Yeah, you have to move towards your left. But since it is subtraction, so reverse the direction. Start from 3 and move 4 units towards your right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 minus 4 is equal to 7. So in this way, we have learnt how to do addition and subtraction involving negative numbers. Now, I hope you have understood how to perform this operation using number line, and in order to give you for the practice, copy these sums down and using number line try to solve them. So today we saw numbers, how to make sense of both positive and negative numbers. We had an analogy to understand how to apply negative numbers in real world, and then we saw the concept of number line and how to use number line to perform addition and subtraction. Thank you very much.